Peace and Black Power family, man. I'm gonna have to do what I need to say, man, on here. Unfortunately, it won't be live, but I'll go ahead and do the video, and I'll make my presentation real quick and get to the point. I'm gonna ask some questions, and that way, you can at least try to comment on on this video in the post, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this video, and I'm gonna share it to Facebook and some other social media platforms, because so far there's already a conversation going on about it, and the conversation is gonna be on the other side of this particular issue. So if you remember what I was talking about was there is an attempt to get black people to pull their students, black parents to pull their children out of public schools lawmakers decide to uh, until lawmakers decide to pass legislation for stricter gun control laws. And the premise that they're basing it on is it'll keep them safe. I won't disagree that it will keep them safe because they won't be at school, but will it necessarily keep them safe because they're at home, or just because they're at a daycare, or just because they transfer to a private school, or just because they get a tutor in the home? Is it necessarily going to be safer? I mean, you got to think about all of that. We got a lot of issues as black people. Our main number one issue, I would say out of a top possible three, is economic issues. Now, I don't know about you, but I got children that's still in the public school system. I got grandchildren that's still in the public school system. And I'm trying to think about, if I take them out of schools in order to keep them safe, what's going to happen with their educational learning? So that's number one. Number two, I got to have somewhere for them to go if I got a job as a parent or as parents. So for the two-parent households, is somebody going to have to stay at home? Is somebody going to have to stay at home from working, which means that the household income is going to drop? Because whether you do that or not, or you decide to keep working and pay somebody in the daycare, you're still going to lose some money. Okay? You're still going to lose some money because now you got a daycare bill. But then you probably still have an educational problem too, even though you got daycare. So you solve one problem, but you didn't solve another, and then you didn't solve this problem because if they're at the daycare, they're no safer there at the daycare than they are at the schools, because daycares are subject to attacks from terrorists, white supremacists, psychopaths. So that's what I need you to think about as well, black family. So and then the third issue. The third issue with black people, with regards to this proposed legislation, is why are they making decisions for us? Why are former United States officials, because they said that the persons that said this come from the former President Obama's camp. They went as far as to name his former educational secretary, but it's quite funny they didn't list that person's name. So that's the only reason I'm saying from Obama's camp. So what I'm trying to say is is this his plan for black people? What we're trying to find out is this the great thing that'll keep us safe by taking us out of the public school systems? We got to examine this, family, because if you have a counter argument, I'd like to hear it. I want you to do a video. I want you to tag me in it, say my name, so that we can discuss this, and we can do it. We can do it online, off Facebook, in Messenger, on camera, face to face. Okay, we can literally do that and exchange ideas about this. But for right now, to me, that's a dumb idea, because we don't know what's going to happen if our children are at home and we're at work, or even if they're in the care of another loving family member, and we know we know sometimes how we get down. That's just the reality. So you still cannot be assured that even if they are at a loved one's home, that three things will get addressed. They're going to get a nutritious meal, they're going to get education, or they're going to be safe from a violent attack from who is supposed to be a friendly family member. I'm not saying everybody has the worst intentions, and I'm not telling you to look at it negatively. All I'm doing is exposing the realities. Can anybody be 100% guaranteed that if you leave your children in the care of someone that you're supposed to trust, and you can ensure their safety in terms of a person's home is safe, in terms of the person caring for your child is not going to physically or mentally harm them? Can they educate your child in math? Can they educate your child in science? Can they educate your child in history? Can they educate your child in English? Can they make sure your child stays on course and stays just as educationally competitive as the rest of society? Because you notice they made it a race issue. They said black parents take your children out of school. They didn't say white children take your children out of school. And I'm just showing y'all a whole nother side of the coin. I'm telling you what they didn't say, but what they should have. But what's painfully obvious to me, and I think to others, they didn't tell white people are not telling white parents to take white children out of school. Chinese officials are not telling Chinese parents to take Chinese children out of school. Jewish officials are not telling Jewish parents to take Jewish children out of school. But it's funny that black officials are telling black parents to take black children out of school. So my question is, Negro, is this coming from you, or is this coming from the system of white supremacy that rules over you? Because you're getting ready to put the fate of our child's education, our child's safety, and our child's nutritional situation in the hands of mostly white men who are supposed to be looking out for the best interests of black people as a group. So peace out, fam. I'm getting ready to jump off of here. I want y'all to have a lovely rest of the afternoon. Wherever you are, know you're going to the park later on. Gonna kick it. This is a subject that y'all can discuss, and you get back with me. Peace.